So you have a business, you have a camera, you have a phone, you have whatever, and you're ready to start using video in your business. But when the camera comes on, you say, "Hi, my name is," insert your name here, and then you completely blank. You don't know what's supposed to come after that. You don't know how to best explain what you do on video or in front of people in a succinct way. So that's what I'm going to help you with right now. Welcome back to my channel where I teach you hashtag all the things video so you can make hashtag all the monies. I'm Jessica Stansberry and I'm a video marketing strategist for you, so I'm glad you're here. Now, one of the things that people constantly say to me is, I don't really know the best way to start off my videos. I don't know how to introduce myself. This is something I'm getting questions about a lot in my community. And if you want to be involved in the community discussion, you should probably hit subscribe so you know what's going on and you have the opportunity to ask questions as well. But since this is a question I get a lot, I thought I would just really dive into how to perfectly put together your elevator pitch or your, really short intro so that when you get on video, it's really easy for you to tell people what you do. And that translates from video to, walking into a networking event or whatever. So let's just get into it. Now, my basic formula is kind of Madlib style, and it is I'm who, and I help who with what by doing what. So an example of this is I'm Jessica, and I help online entrepreneurs with using video in their business by giving away lots of free knowledge on my YouTube channel and blog and in my Facebook group. Now, this is kind of a long tail version of an intro, right? Like I wouldn't say that to somebody just walking down the street because it's kind of like they probably won't even know what I'm talking about. But that's the basic structure around really developing your message and developing what it is that you do and how to say what you do. So again, I'm who, and I help who with what by doing what, okay? So go ahead and Madlib that out. Put it on paper, put the blanks, fill it all in, and get that part. Now, a couple of other things to feed into that is, one, you do not have to fully explain what you do in your intro. So if my very short, truncated version of my intro is, "Hi, I'm Jessica, I'm a video marketing strategist." That's a truncated version of that Madlib style intro that I just had you create. That's like my 5-word intro. It's the thing that people hear when I first introduce myself at a networking event or whatever, and I don't want to say this big, long sentence or phrase to get across what I do. But by doing that, I am saying, "Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm a video marketing strategist." I'm leaving a little bit to question. They may think like, what is a video marketing strategist? So that may be like, oh, well, that's great. So what is a video marketing strategist? And I can give them a little more. Or they may say, okay, so how do you help people? And I can give them a little more. You don't have to tell them everything you do and why you do it in one sentence. You can just leave it the most basic form ever and let the conversation lead into more explanation. So, "Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm a video marketing strategist." "Oh, great, that's awesome. So what do you do exactly?" And then I would say, "I have a YouTube channel and a podcast and a free Facebook group where I give tons of free information for entrepreneurs who need to be using video in their business. And then I just launched a membership site called Vidfluential You where I'm really diving deep and helping them do it in their business." And they're going to be like, "Oh, that's awesome. Tell me more." But I didn't have to say all of that in my intro because that would have been annoying, right? So embrace the fact that you can keep it really short and that you can leave the door open for them to ask more questions. Now, the second thing I want to tell you is that you can definitely change it for who you're talking to. So maybe I'm a photographer and I really niched down and I only do like headshots for entrepreneurs and stock photos and things like that for the entrepreneur space. And that's how I've kind of niched myself in this world. If I go to a local event and I start saying like, "Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm a photographer for entrepreneurs and I do stock photos," people are gonna be like, "Okay, great. I don't know what that is, but cool." So you could easily just say, "Hi, I'm a photographer." Now for me, locally, I don't even lead with video. I will give them more about the video later and really talk about how I incorporate that in my marketing strategies. But I will say, hi, I'm Jessica and I'm a marketing strategist, because that's what the people here understand. My husband came to me once and he was like, how do I tell people what you do? He was like, I don't really know what you do. So at the time I was teaching tech stuff. So how to design your own website, how to work ConvertKit, how to work MailChimp, all of these things. And I was calling myself an infopreneur for the tech challenged business owner, right? But for my husband to somebody to say, hey, what does your wife do? I know she owns her own business, but what exactly does she do? For him to say that, they would have still been just as confused, and he would have not had any way to better explain it because he didn't know himself. So I just said, tell him I'm a business coach. Just tell him I'm a business coach. So now we've kind of morphed, and I'm just like, tell them I'm a marketing strategist. That's all. That's all they need to know. Because different people are going to have different levels of understanding, and that intro can get longer and longer and longer as you get closer and closer to the people who are going to understand what you do on that micro level. So there can totally be a macro introduction and a micro introduction. That's fine, and I want to give you full permission to be confident in knowing that you can do that. I just recently joined my Chamber of Commerce, and they have a little blurb that goes on the website under your URL and your business name and all of this stuff. And instead of saying I'm a video marketing strategist and I help online entrepreneurs do X, Y, and Z, because I know my audience, because I know that these people are brick and mortar businesses, that they're not familiar at all with social media strategies, and they wouldn't understand for a second why they would need video. That's something I need to teach them. I just wrote down that I'm a marketing strategist for small business owners, and I can help them get in front of more people and make more profit. That's what I wrote. So it's different from what I'm saying to you guys, because you guys understand what I do. They don't as much. As we work together, I will filter in more of that messaging. So that's just your permission to go ahead and be okay with having multiple intros depending on who you're talking to. It's totally fine. Okay, and then just to go down a little bit deeper, you should know all of this will be really hard if you don't know who you're talking to and you don't know who your audience is and what you do yourself. So really make sure you spend some time figuring out what it is you do and what's the one thing you want to be known for and what is the thing that you want to introduce yourself as and who you're serving, so that I'm who and I help who with what by what is really easy to fill in the blanks when you get to that point. So make sure you're really diving in and figuring all of this out for yourself. So those are kind of my tips. Do the Madlib version, get a long version for yourself, shorten it up a little bit. Don't feel like you have to fully explain what you do in every conversation. Give a little space for people to pull more out of you. And then of course, don't be afraid to have a different intro depending on who you're talking to. Be confident and get on camera. Now, if you need help with your intro or if you've got a solid one, either way, hit me up in the comments and let me know who you are and what you do in this format. So you can say, I am who and I help who with what by what. You can absolutely leave that in the comments. I would love you forever for it, and I will totally go through and see what all of you awesome people are doing. And until next time, make sure you hit subscribe, because I'm coming back at you with more awesomeness 3 to 4 days a week, and that's always fun. So, bye y'all.